Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this, excuse me, for the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 2010 movie Sex and the City 2, starring Sarah Jessica Parker, Kim Cattrall, Kristen Davis, and Cynthia Nixon. Plus, also of course, Chris North from Law and Order was in this movie. The guy who plays Herman from the Chicago Fire television series is also in this. Plus Willie Carson and the usual band of characters that you were used to from seeing in the Sex and the City television series. Now, previously, I have reviewed the movie Sex and the City, the original Sex and the City movie, which came out in 2008. Now, if you think that movie was bad, this movie makes the original Sex and the City movie look like Gone with the Wind in comparison. I mean, this movie is it's bad. It's bad. I mean, the thing that kills this movie, which we're going to get into, is the beginning of the movie. But to me, it's almost just the same as the original film in terms of actual plot, and it's also like the original movies. This is also a 2-hour, 25-minute bore fest. I mean, I was bored to tears with this movie, which are going in like it was in the original film. Of course, this film starts off. Well, of course, you have to realize this movie came out in 2010, just before gay marriage was legal throughout the whole country. When in a few states it was legalized, so the whole cast of Sex and the City goes up to Connecticut, where gay marriage was legal, to have two of the gay characters, Kristen Davis's gay friend and Sarah Jessica Parker's gay friend were getting married. So they went on this whole thing with this gay marriage and this gay wedding. They make all kinds of gay jokes in the beginning of this movie. So of course, I'm surprised the homosexuals were not offended with this movie because of all the gay jokes. You know why? Because the reason is that Sex and the City, only the television show, but the two movies that have been made, does have a big gay following because of all the fashions and because of all the at least the two gay characters in this film and in this, the television series. So it does have. So Sex and the City does have a big gay following because of all the fashions and all the shoes and stuff. So I don't know how many of them were actually offended by all the gay jokes, but I'm surprised it didn't make a whole huge. I'm surprised that the gay community didn't make a huge stink with all the gay jokes. And also not only that, but it has a very, very bad, extremely bad cameo by Liza Minnelli. So of course they were making all kinds of jokes about, you can't get any more gay than Liza Minnelli. That's what Sarah Jessica Parker, paraphrasing what she said in the film, but she said you can't get any more gayer than having Liza Minnelli here in this wedding. And before even the wedding story, you have all these songs from Broadway musicals. Oh, you can't get any more gay because they have all these gay songs from Broadway shows. I mean, this is like one huge stereotype after another. Because gay is like Broadway shows. So if you act in a Broadway show, if you're a man, you have to be gay. To my knowledge, I just did a review of King and I. Hugh Brenner was not gay, okay? When he says, he had to be gay because he was in a cast in a Broadway musical, or Rex Harrison, or the other guys. I mean, truly, there are a lot of homosexuals in the Broadway community and singing Broadway shows and stuff, but it's just one huge stereotype after another. In this movie, and they have not even a real minister or justice of the peace. You had Liza Minnelli actually perform the wedding ceremony. I mean, come on. I mean, she's like, I know the marriage is sacred. How do I know the marriage is sacred? I got divorced 4 times, and stuff like that. And not only that, what made it a really bad cameo was that Liza actually performed a song in the movie. Great, I have Liza Minnelli perform a song. But unfortunately, instead of one of her iconic songs in her career, like Cabaret, or New York, or or that song, Ring Them Bells, or something like that, she performed the Beyonce song, "If You Like It When You Put a Ring on It," and she actually does that dance. Ooh, you know, she actually does that dance. Well, if you like it when you put a ring on it, and she does that, and she even does the actual physical dance, which is kind of impressive because I heard recently, or at least around the time, she had like 2 hip surgeries, or hip replacement surgery. So to see her do the dance routine, doing the Beyonce dance, actually singing the song, well, if you like it when you put a ring on it, and all the gays that were there, and Kim Cattrall was doing that, was singing that song along with Liza Minnelli. I mean, that was just horrible. I mean, it was calling my. And after watching that, I wanted to stop watching the movie after that. But that was like the real, to me, it was like the real extremely low point in the film. But of course, there's also one other low point that you should also bring up, and I'm going to mention when I get up to it. Of course, this movie, that Big and Carrie, the Sarah Jessica Parker character, wanted to take a couple of days break from each other because they got into like this rut, this regular routine thing like non-married couples do, where he just wants to stay home. You know, he's got tired of going out. So why should we go out anymore? We're married. We don't have to go out anymore. But Carrie likes to go out at night and stuff, and Big says, we don't need to go out anymore. We're married. Why should we have to go out? Why should we go on a date night for? If we, are married already. So Samantha invited the whole gang, the husbands and all the girls, to go to this Hollywood premiere of a guy who she was promoting. When you saw in the first movie, she was representing in a television show. So he said, "Oh, I feel like I owe it to you to invite you to my premiere, and you could invite the girls too, and their husbands or whatever." He said, "Oh, okay." And then meanwhile, the guy who financed the film, and this guy was working on, was from Abu Dhabi. So he invites all of them for a free trip, for the girls to go on a trip to Abu Dhabi for a couple of weeks, stay in his big hotel and stuff. And so they decided to go. And that's where the other problem comes from, because Kristen, as any of you who follow the television series, or the Sex and the City television show, knows that Kristen Davis's character converted to Judaism. And Abu Dhabi, plus which is part of the United Arab Emirates, does not allow. That includes Dubai. I'm not 100% sure in Abu Dhabi, but I know definitely Dubai and the United Arab Emirates does not allow Jews into the country. Because they do not recognize the state of Israel, and they ban Jews from coming into the country. So how in the hell does Kristen Davis get into that country? Don't they know that she's Jewish? Don't they know that she's married to a Jew and all that stuff? How in the hell does she's allowed in? Technically, it should be just the 3 girls: Sarah Jessica Parker, Kim Cattrall, and Cynthia Nixon. And not only that, but Cynthia Nixon in real life is a lesbian. So how in the world will they let her come in to film the movie in Abu Dhabi? I mean, that's the other problem, the major nitpick in this movie. How the hell did they let? I think Sarah Jessica Parker is also in real life. I think she's also Jewish in real life. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she is Jewish. Sarah Jessica Parker is Jewish in real life, but I believe she is. So how the hell could she be in the country? How can Cynthia Nixon be in the country because she's a lesbian? And how can Kristen Davis even be in the country because she's supposed to be Jewish? Right? And unless they give some kind of a waiver for them to be allowed in, because without those characters, they're not going to have a movie. So I guess they let them in anyway because they're making a bunch of money from having this movie filmed in that country. And that's what, and the majority and the rest of this movie, at least the majority of it, was in Abu Dhabi. And you have all these shenanigans, especially with Kim Cattrall. She was like revealing. There was no nudity involved, but she was showing a lot of skin, and all four of the women were not wearing, their hair was not covered up. And Cynthia Nixon said, look, we had to be all covered up, like these women are. They only see the eyes because they're not supposed to show any skin at all. They're not supposed to show their hair. But none of them wore wigs. None of them wore the stupid burqas. You only see their eyes come out. You see nothing. And they showed a lot of skin, especially, of course, Kim Cattrall, because it's horny every 5 seconds. Even though she was going through the menopause and the hot flashes at this point in her life on the show, or in the movie. But regardless, there was one particular scene where she was flirting with this guy at this diner, and there was this other couple and another, 2 women at another table, and they got offended because Kim Cattrall was like rubbing her hand on the guy's arm and on his leg, and they noticed the guy had a big boner, a big bulge out of his pants. I mean, you can see the bulge in his pants, in his crotch area. And so what these two did, they reported into the police, and Kim Cattrall got arrested for having sex on the beach, which of course we know that she really, didn't. Well, she had sex in another scene, having sex, but that was when she was home, when she was able to have sex when she was home in the end of the movie. But then they said, oh, she had sex because she was touching the guy. So she got arrested for having sex on the beach. That's for touching, for rubbing her hand on his leg. I mean, which is just, you can just roll your eyes over all this stuff. And while that was going on, they got kicked out of the hotel. They were staying in the hotel, for free, basically, until when the whole meeting was over and stuff. And but they got kicked out of the hotel because Kim Cattrall got arrested, ruined the deal. And so they managed to get home, and they had to escape because they had to wear all the burqas that I described earlier, when you just see their eyes, just to get away from the angry mob because of how Kim Cattrall was dressed. They all got offended. So they all managed to get home, and Carrie and Big made up for that fight, saying, "Oh, we don't need to take a break once in a while. If we take a break, we go to your place, or we'll use it as like a little love nest, your place." And so, okay, because for some stupid reason, Carrie still had her own apartment because she couldn't sell it, she couldn't get rid of it, so she kept it so she could work in privacy without Big being there, and so they still kept the place. They eventually got rid of the apartment, I think, at the end of the movie, and then you had Kim Cattrall having sex on the beach in the Hamptons here. I mean, it's just bad. That's a bad movie, and it just proves that. And now, years later, you can see how crappy the Sex and the City, even though the Sex and the City series still have a cult following, it's still, I think it's in rerun somewhere on cable somewhere, but it really shows you that now, years later, how bad the show really is, because the movies are so bad. I mean, it kind of like ruins, but the television, I think the movies kind of ruin what the television show is. They took the television show, applied on a particular season, and they expanded it for 2.5 hours. But the movies are horrible. I mean, to me, the only highlight is after they had the wedding. I don't think it really was the wedding, it was the premiere they went to. After they went to the Hollywood premiere, you see Sarah Jessica Parker in underwear, and you see her when you don't see her boobies, you see how big her boobies are. But she was covered up. She was wearing a strapless bra, and you see the rest of her body. And even though she was, in her 50s by then, by the time this movie came out, she still looked smoking hot. I mean, all these women are still smoking hot. Now Kim Cattrall is like over 60. Now, I think Sarah Jessica Parker is almost 60 herself, or getting up there. And the other 2 women are also in the 50s now. Which they didn't realize, all the women now over 50 now, which they didn't realize. And at least Kristen Davis, I thought she was still in her 40s. But they're all in the 50s now, and they're still smoking hot. even though Cynthia Nixon is a lesbian. But there's no over-the-top nude scenes like there was in the first movie with Cynthia Nixon. I think because that scene got a lot of controversy because she's a lesbian in real life and she was doing a nude sex scene with her on-screen husband, which again was playing the guy who plays Herman in the Chicago Fire television series. But the movies are just awful. The movies are awful. I mean, at least the first movie ended on a nice note with Carrie and Big getting married, because I think that's what a lot of people wanted to see. But the two, other than the two movies were just horrible. It's horrible. Especially that Carrie, when they saying, if you like it, put a ring on it. If you like it, put it. I mean, I like Liza Minnelli, but this was like, this movie killed her. I think she didn't kill herself, with her alcohol abuse and stuff. But the movie is just horrible. That sequence alone killed this movie for me. Saying Liza Minnelli in it, and it's like, just skip these two movies. If you're a fan of Sex and the City, just stick to the television show, and that's it. So that's my review of Sex and the City 2. Please click on the video. Please rate the movie. Rate this review. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. And you check out all my reviews and all on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com. That's over WDY.C.com. That's the whole page you want to review it. Please leave more, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.